James Kaufman, World News Report today. EU globalist banned from entering the United States. The Trump State Department bars EU-linked globalists from entry into the U.S. The U.S. Department of State, under the direction of Marco Rubio, has taken a rare and decisive step against European political figures accused of acting against American interests, barring several prominent individuals who sought to censor free and open dialogue on American platforms. Free speech is dangerous to them, and they know it. The bold move signals a sharp and definitive break from years of difference and even subversiveness to Brussels' ever-increasing draconian regulatory ambitions. Secretary of State Marco Rubio rightly framed the action as a defense of American free speech against what he described as organized ideological pressure from abroad. He made it crystal clear that the era of tolerating overseas attempts to silence U.S. voices and American positions is over. Yes, that means all the EU rulers from Germany and all the countries, really, the UK, will never be allowed to hide out in America while their countries fall. They better, think twice about what they're up to, although it's too late as far as America's concerned. For far too long, ideologues in Europe have led organized efforts to coerce American platforms to punish American viewpoints they oppose. The Trump administration will no longer tolerate these egregious acts of extraterritorial censorship. Maybe they should go after platforms like YouTube and some of the other social platforms for censoring Americans as well here at home. Today, at State Department will take steps to bar leading figures of the global censorship industrial complex from entering the United States. We stand ready and willing to expand this list if others do not reverse course. And you know what? This could reach Australia even. Let me assure you of that. To censor Americans in America is a deal breaker. U.S. Undersecretary of State for Public Diplomacy Sarah Rogers blasts the proposed Online Safety Act. Some EU crap, saying the law vastly overreaches onto other countries, calling it more than a red line. Let's listen.
Add one more thing on the Online Safety Act, and I emphasized this earlier, but I want to say it again. It's misguided and unfortunate to apply that law in Britain, but applying that law extraterritorially, which means applying it to speech that has nothing to do with Britain, does not occur in Britain, is on American platforms by American users on American political issues, purporting to censor Americans in America is a deal breaker. It is a non-starter. It is a red line. And that's what Ofcom has tried to do with the Online Safety Act, and that's one reason the American government is concerned.
Okay, but will your government then take legal action against Ofcom if they try and overreach in the way you've described?
Well, there's already formal action proposed. There is a bill before the House called the Granite Act that would amend an existing statute to clarify that as a matter of American public policy, any penalties imposed by Ofcom are unenforceable against American companies. So our legislature will likely consider that, and will certainly consider other options if indeed the British government insists upon trying to nullify the First Amendment on American soil with respect to
I say off with their heads. That's right. Great Britain, the UK, the people, while you still have the numbers, get rid of all of the leaders. And hey, just because y'all have broken away from the EU doesn't mean y'all are not suffering just as bad as everyone in the EU. Our law covers everyone in the EU and the United Kingdom. And it might extend as far as Australia if they don't get their act together real quick. We're going to say what we want to, even if it might scare the people that shouldn't be in power anyway, if people in their home countries were allowed to express their true feelings about all issues. Yes, censorship of speech is one of their most important tools, and we will no longer tolerate it here in the U.S., period. And let's hope the State Department starts going after big tech, because they're doing the same thing to American citizens every minute of the day. God bless, share, subscribe, and always remember that anything's possible. Bizarro world. And by the way, bye, Felicias. Remember, Western European people, you still have the numbers. Take control back while you still can. God bless you all.